The Joe Rogan Experience.
So basically, Malfoy becomes the owner of the Elder Wand on a technicality?
Yes, he disarms Dumbledore atop the astronomy tower just moments after he and Harry return from retrieving the fake Horcrux from Voldemort's enchanted lake.
Right.
Now, Dumbledore was in a severely weakened state, mind you. If he was operating at full capacity, there's not a wizard alive who could have disarmed him with Expelliarmus.
No, yeah, I get that part. So at the point of Draco successfully using Expelliarmus on Dumbledore, the Elder Wand's allegiance switches over to him.
Yep, unfortunately, that's the way it played out, Joe.
Well, you say unfortunately, but that's not necessarily the case, is it?
Right, well, one could argue that if Draco never disarmed Dumbledore that night, Harry would have never gotten the chance to become its rightful owner.
But see, that's what I have an issue with, Mr. President. Dumbledore was the M to Harry's James Bond, so to speak.
Not exactly.
He sent him on this mission to find the Horcruxes.
That analogy is loose to say the least, but yes, you're correct in a general sense.
So, am I correct in assuming that Dumbledore knew full well that this mission was extremely dangerous and difficult?
Oh, of course Dumbledore knew, Joe. In fact, not only did he know the mission was dangerous, he knew Harry would have to sacrifice himself in order to complete it.
So, Dumbledore, who is pretty much portrayed as a demigod, sends a 17-year-old kid on a suicide mission to find a set of random objects that could be literally anywhere in the world.
Just a slight correction there, Joe.
Oh, what's that?
Well, it's made explicitly clear through Harry and Dumbledore's research in Book 6 that these Horcruxes are most definitely not random objects, as you put it.
We're getting into the weeds a bit here, no?
Well, no, because these are important plot points, Joe. If you want to talk about this stuff with expert Potterheads, you're just going to have to come correct.
Seems a bit pedantic to me, but okay, please continue.
May I continue, Joe?
Yep, already said that you could.
Thank you. Now, these Horcruxes, they are objects of great significance to both Tom Riddle personally and the larger wizarding community in Great Britain.
Right, but my issue is this. Dumbledore knows that Harry will be facing grave danger.
That's correct.
He knows that the fate of the wizarding world rests on his success. And he knows that the Elder Wand is currently...
Sorry, Joe, but I have to butt in here once again.
Come on, man.
Technically, the Muggle world rests on his success too, Joe.
Okay, look, I get that you like this stuff,
Like this stuff? Are you fucking kidding me? In 2007, I waited in a midnight line full of hundreds of people in front of the D.C. Barnes & Noble to get my hands on a copy of Deathly Hallows. I then proceeded to ignore my senatorial duties for a solid 3 days while I sat and read that book in its entirety, only ever stopping when I had to shit or piss.
That's fascinating.
In 2011, to celebrate the release of the final movie, which is a goddamn masterclass in franchise filmmaking, by the way, I got a tattoo of my house sigil on my lower back. And that was way before all those white women on Tumblr started getting them and copying my shit. So don't tell me I'm being pedantic, Joe, or that I just quote-unquote like this stuff.
Damn, you got a Hogwarts house tattoo? What house are you in? When I took the BuzzFeed test, it put me in Gryffindor.
What the fuck?
But if I'm honest with myself, I really think I have more Ravenclaw
Stop.
tendencies
Please
than
just
anything
stop.
else.
You took a fucking BuzzFeed sorting quiz, and you expect me to take your placement seriously?
Whoa, what's wrong with that, man?
Jamie, I'm sorry. I had a lovely time with you today, but I cannot say the same for your fucking boss. And in case anyone was wondering, I'm a proud fucking Hufflepuff. And Cedric Diggory didn't die to be insulted like this on the goddamn Joe Rogan Experience.
No. Now, you have to calm down, man. I haven't insulted anyone, especially not Cedric Diggory. Cedric Diggory was a fucking Hogwarts hero.
If I've learned anything today, it's that you should keep Cedric Diggory's name out your fucking mouth, Joe.
Jesus Christ, man.
You know, it's moments like this, I really wish I could Crucio a motherfucker IRL.